part three of this here gun series of what I own and use. Here we got the big bad 50 cal, the front stopper, the muzzle boomer, Black Mamba, A.k.a. Black Death. Had it for going on 3 years now. Yeah, my fiance bought it for me. Going on 3 years ago now. Yeah. I've killed 2 deer with the 2 seasons I've used it. You can see I killed this guy with it this year. It's the biggest set of horns I've ever killed. And I killed it with a muzzleloader. Imagine. Don't listen to the meat seeker, it gets kind of jealous, but you get over it. You'll kill a bigger set. But yeah, fiance bought this for me. It's a CVA Wolf. You know, people say there's better guns out there, better muzzleloaders. I don't care what they say. I like this gun. I won't get rid of this gun. Just for the fact that she got it for me. I've killed 2 deer with it. I have no problems with it. It's short. Why do you want like that 5-foot long gun when you can use something that's this long? It's shorter than my rifle. Like, come on now. Why do I need something longer? It's got no scope on it at the moment. I'd rather use the open sights, but anything less than 400 grain bullet, the sights won't go low enough if it shoots too high. With a 250 grain bullet, the Hornady, the flex tip Hornady, the mono metal bullets, they're all copper. The ones that I like to use for it, they shoot the best. For 250 grain, they shoot about 10 inches high with the sights as low as they'll go. The front sight's not high enough to get the bolt to go low. So I gotta use a scope. And right now that scope is utilizing the buddy system with the 17, which is on the feature. We'll do that one next. Or the Verse Max one. Yeah, either or. You'll see it. But yeah, scope's on that one. It's a 1x4 power. 1 to 4 by not 40, what is it, 35 power, like 35 mil scope, I think. It's a Bushnell.
Wrong gun.
It's a, yeah, like Cameron just said, wrong gun, I'm talking about the wrong gun. Yeah. ADD. Anyway, yeah, well there's not much to really talk about with this gun. It's a break barrel. Muzzleloader CVA Wolf. It's got a 24-inch barrel on it. It's got a 1 in 29 twist, which is pretty much a shotgun twist. It's good for, actually it's good for heavier bullets. It shouldn't shoot a lighter bullet as good as it does, but it does. And the breech plug comes out like that. No tools required for the breech plug, which is awesome. And pain in the ass clean. Just because I use like this blackest black powder you can get pretty much, which is the Pyrex, which is probably the slowest powder, but I didn't know that till a month ago. Got reading about all the powders. Pyrex is probably one of the slowest powders and dirtiest powders, closest to the original musket powders you can get. I'm going to try the Black Horn 209, but turns out I got to get a different breech plug to use that. Maybe you guys will be able to tell me different. Do I need a different breech plug for this gun to use Black Horn 209? Because it's cleaner, it's better powder. So I hear, I've been told, and from what I see, it's a lot better powder, a lot cleaner, easier to use. This stuff, you shoot 2 shots with the Pyrex, holy shit, son, you got your work cut out before you're sitting there for an hour and a half clean your damn gun. But when you shoot something like that, that's awesome. Wasn't expecting to shoot that, not gonna lie. I was just out there trying to shoot some meat in the freezer. But I wasn't gonna argue with him when he walked out. The funny thing about that set of horns is where I have a trail camera set up. he came out of the north off a great big ridge. And on my trail camera, there's 3 bucks. There's a great big 9-point, a 6-point that I named Mongo, affectionately named him Mongo, because on one side he had a nice even 3-point beam, and he had a nice even 4-point beam on one side, and on the other side he had one long ass beam, 1 point sticking up. And
you're on.
Good?
Good.
We're on?
We're on.
We're on.
And Foreman's joined us today.
Foreman's joined us. Say hi, did he? Foreman ain't talking. Foreman's pissed off. Working out new job. Anyway, Mongo, yeah. I'm gonna get 4 nice, even as hell on one side. You'd figure he'd be an 8-pointer. Till he turns his damn head, and he's got 1 long beam and 1 point sticking up. Weirdest looking set of horns I've ever seen. Anyway, and then there was a 3-point that hung around. He was his first year with horns, and he was actually a big 3-point. He had 2 spikes, and then he had a really long brow time. And it was only his first year with horns, but he was a big deer for being that young. And they all come off out of the north, off that great big ridge that we call Camel Mountain. Not Camel Mountain, sorry, Little Mountain. That's what we call it. And all the does and fawns, there's 4 does and 8 fawns. And they always come out of the south, out of the swamp. They're just old scrub brush swamp, the hemlock swamp. So I was sitting there, minding my own business, with a gun in my hand. You never know when the sand's glance you're gonna walk by and you gotta protect yourself. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, I was sitting there. I only had a buck tag, and the plan was actually to shoot a 3-pointer, because he's younger, better meat. But I would have shot that 9-point. Hell yeah, he was nice. He was a big 9. Snowplow for a rack. I probably would have shot him and got overly excited and puked everywhere, and then I would have went down and checked him out after I regained my composure. Anyway, I wouldn't have shot Mongo. I wasn't going to shoot Mongo because I want to see what he's going to look like next year. He's still going to have weird horns, but I want to see what he's going to be bigger with a bigger set of weird looking horns. So I wasn't going to shoot Mongo. I'm starting to turn into one of those guys who want to watch a deer grow up. Not just any deer though. That deer's got to have something special about it. You want to watch it grow up. Like that 9-point whatever, I see them every day. They're a dime a dozen with typical horns. Mongo, never seen that before. I want to watch them, see what happens. That 3-point, whatever. He was food. Anyway. Then this guy, this 7-point, I heard something in the pines. I heard, like, there's a squirrel out there all damn night making noise like usual. Because squirrels, everyone knows. Squirrel, you're out in the woods, the squirrel never shuts up. Always yap, 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 yap. Even if he's not chattering at anything at all. He just wants to make noise and piss you off. And he's running through the leaves and stuff, and then he, about, I don't know, 20 minutes before dark, the squirrel was chattering, and I heard a branch break on the ground. I knew that wasn't a squirrel. If so, that squirrel got big real quick, That squirrel, he grew real fast. And I heard another branch break, and that branch was getting close, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't no squirrel. So I knew it was either Mongo, 3-point, or Big 9. And then I seen this guy coming. And I looked at him, and then he finally stepped there with the brush, a little bit where I could see him better. And it was the first time I had ever seen this deer. I had my camera there for about a month and a half. I seen those bucks all the time. And this is the first time I ever seen this guy. Don't know where he come from. Hadn't seen him before. Rut was over. Well, like the main, like the big, like the great big rut, like the big run was over. And this guy walks out. Never seen him before. Like I said, the horns like this, dime a dozen, man. Typical horns. But they were the biggest ones that I've ever shot, and as soon as I seen him, the first thing I'd say was, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you. And here's where things kind of get a bit squirrely. So he walks out, I pull the gun on him, and he just stands there, like facing right towards me, but not looking at me. I'm up higher. I'm not a tree stand or nothing. 'Cause, you know, I hunt like a real boy. I don't wear camouflage. I don't get up in a tree stand and wear this and that, send product. Nobody can smell me, or I smell real good to them, or whatever. I hunt like they did way the hell back in the day. I wear orange because I have to. I sit on the ground. The only thing I got going for me is the wind. If the wind ain't right, I gotta hunt according to the wind. I don't use fancy shit. I can't afford it. And he looks up. Well, I got the gun pointed at him. He's facing right towards me. Keep in mind, I got a muzzleloader. I got one shot. I'm not overly confident in my muzzleloader, you know, because I've only got one shot. Even though it shoots good, I don't trust it like I do my rifle, like my meat seeker. If it was my meat seeker, I would have just shot him in the neck and called it a day. But, so I'm holding the gun up for I don't know how long, and my arm's starting to get wobbly. And he won't turn, and he looks at me once, he does one of those looks, he kind of does this, he doesn't quite sure what I am. He puts the head back down. And he starts to turn a little bit, and he turns, he's quartering two, pretty good. And then he just gets broadside, then he looks up and looks at me again, and he just gets that look, you know. You guys that hunt, you know that look. That look when they look at you and they realize, they go from like this to just, oh shit, look. When they know that you're something, they know they're out. So I pulled the trigger, shot him. Figured, oh yeah, broadside, she's all over. Yeah. That's where things got interesting. Great big ass, huge cloud of smoke. Went bang, didn't hear nothing. Like, okay, he's either standing there looking at me, wondering what the hell just happened, or he fell down. Smoke cleared, and he fell down. Oh, awesome. So I started walking down the hill. Yeah, he might have fell down, but he didn't plan on staying down. You'd be surprised how fast a deer can move with just two front legs working. His ass end was paralyzed for the him in the back, and he was pulling the herd with his two front legs. He made it about, I was about 50 yards away. He made it about 30 yards by the time I got to him with just his front leg, and he was grunting and snorting at me. He would not have camera. But, you know, that's just how she goes. His head was thrashing. So I got another bolt loaded up, shot him in the back of the neck, and called it a day. That's how that worked. And there was no snow on the ground at this point. No snow, it wasn't snowing yet. But it was starting to get dark. So, pulled my knife out, gutted him right there. Drug him back up the trail. And all I had was a little headlight on my hat, which did dick off for me while I was trying to gut him, so I had to hold it in my mouth and gut him like that. That was interesting. Slobber everywhere. Fun time. Keep in mind, no snow, but it was getting colder. It was supposed to snow that night, but not like it did. So I got him up to the trail, flopped him over with the legs spread out, so he'd drain out. So by the time I got back out to where I was staying at the house, got something to go back in and drag him out with. It was snowing like sunbase by then. It snowed within an hour and a half. It went from bare leaves and a deer in the middle of the road, not hard to see, to he was just part of the snow. That was eventful. Never took him back, hung him off the woods yet. So that was that. That was this. You probably didn't want that whole goddamn story about that here. It was all about this here CVA muzzleloader. But anyway, that's that. That's this. My gun, my muzzleloader. I love it. That's what I got with it. Tag's still on it. I'm popping some tags. No. I still gotta watch the horns out. They still got blood on them. Some paint on the back of the truck. We just got through them in there. They were dark. They were in a hurry. It was snowing real bad, like I said. So anyway, that's that. That's the gun. The foreman's in the way, so I'm gonna put my gun down real easy. Does not to disturb the foreman because she gets awful grumpy and lets give her some treats. So you know how foremen get. They just like to sit around and tell you what to do and eat food all day.
All right.
Okay, here's foreman. Hey, foreman. Foreman, look up here. Hey, foreman. Yeah, here's foreman. Her name is Lily. Yeah, she's grumpy. And there's my gun.
Typical female.
Yeah, grumpy.